There have been a lot of questions surrounding why Valve has marked some games as unsupported. Aside from your obvious suspects like anti-cheat games as well as VR games, quite a few games are still marked as unsupported for no discernible reason. At least no reason Valve will tell us directly. So now this is our chance to figure out why these games were marked as unsupported. According to YouTube analytics, only about 12% of you guys subscribe to my channel. And here's to hoping this percentage number goes up. So if you like my content, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, join my Discord server, and also enable notifications. There are a ton of Steam games out there that are marked as Steam Deck unsupported for a wide variety of reasons. Of course, Valve won't ever straight up tell you those reasons unless it's like an anti-cheat problem or you're trying to play a VR game. But there's a ton of these games that aren't even VR games or they don't have anti-cheat. So what the heck's going on here? In my infinite wisdom, we've decided to try out 5 random games that I own that are marked as unsupported. For the most part, we're not going to be trying out games that are marked as unsupported due to anti-cheat because, well, I'm not trying to get banned from them. Same deal with VR games. So the first game on our list is a game called Under Night In-Birth EXE Late Clear. Yes, that's literally what it's called. So anyways, Under Night In-Birth was marked unsupported. But why though? I think I have a small hunch as to why. Look, seriously, look at this. It's kind of messed up. Like real messed up. Like there's an entire portion of the screen missing. What's weird though is that this is only a temporary setback. If you go into arcade mode, the game fixes itself. Otherwise, you just have to play the game with half the screen. Other than that though, the game runs great and plays great too. But yeah, something like that is definitely worthy of being marked as unsupported. What's even funnier is that when you exit back to the main menu, guess what happens? The main menu fixes itself. Why does it have to be this way? So yeah, this game deserves its rank. Next is Yuppie Psycho, an indie horror game that looks quite intriguing, though unfortunately it's marked as unsupported. Now you might be wondering, how could this be? I mean, it's an indie game, it's not a AAA game that's gonna have a bunch of issues. Well, I don't know why. I've tried every version of Proton I can think of and none of them work. It's also worth mentioning that this is also a native Linux game that doesn't work on Steam Deck. Now that's really messed up. Next is Ender Lilies. Ender Lilies is also marked as unsupported for some unknown reason. I mentioned this in an old video I made about Steam's verification system, though that was before I had my Steam Deck. Now that I have a Steam Deck, let's see how this game runs. I mean, what's more to say besides the fact that it runs? And it runs real smoothly as well. Like, quite literally, I could not tell you what was wrong with this game. Like, I don't understand why Valve marked it as unsupported. From what I've seen, there's nothing that suggests that this game doesn't work on Steam Deck. Or maybe I'm just not far enough into the game. I don't know. The cutscenes worked, the gameplay works, the graphics aren't like messed up or anything like that. I mean, what could possibly be messed up? If anyone owns this game and has beaten it so far, you guys should let me know. Spoiler free, of course. Now here's DJ Max Respect V, a game that was marked as unsupported due to anti-cheat problems. DJ Max was one of the first games to be marked as unsupported, and it seems that rating hasn't changed one bit, even after all these months. Because now the game apparently works. Like, look at that. There's the anti-cheat thing popping up in the bottom right corner, letting you know that it is in fact loading. You know, they never mentioned when they started supporting the Steam Deck because I can't find anything in any sort of patch notes. But I can tell you that this is a lot further than it used to go. I mean, you couldn't even get to the title screen before they fixed it. Furthermore, you can actually go in and select music. And, get this, you can actually play the music. That's basically most of what you need to do. Also, you would not believe how hard music games are without music. Like, I can't hear the sound while I'm recording it with a capture card, so like, you know. This is an MMO called Dungeon Fighter Online, another MMO I used to play some number of years ago. Yeah, I used to play a lot of MMOs. I come from an MMO background. So as you know, this game has been marked as unsupported, and honestly, I'm not sure they'll ever fix it because my god, it's a travesty trying to get this game to run No, not even running. Trying to get this game past the freaking launcher. Holy crap. Like, okay, maybe I just need to leave it to download all the files at once before I try running it. But I can't even have the launcher on. Like, here, I'll show you what I mean. Basically, there's a little pop-up where you have to agree to all of their terms and conditions by scrolling all the way down. Which, I mean, yeah, you can do that. But once you click agree, guess what happens? You get kicked out of the game. Not even the game. You get kicked out of the launcher. Why does it do this? Okay, now we're moving on to Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is also marked as unsupported for some reason. I don't know what the reason is. Tekken 7 is a pretty intense game. You'll have to lower the graphical quality to get this game to run really well, because anything less than 60 FPS is unacceptable, especially if you're a Mishima player. Not that I know anything about playing any Mishimas, I'm a Yoshimitsu main after all. Believe me when I say you'll want to spend a lot of time learning how to do Electric Wind God Fist on this particular D-pad, because at the time of recording I've gotten 0 down in this entire time I've been in training mode. To be fair though, the most I can do is like 2 in a row. And finally, here's Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma is awesome, y'all should play it. I played on Xbox, it's so good. It's no Elden Ring, but it's a lot better than most of your Ubisoft open world games. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why this was marked as unsupported. The game runs fine, it runs at 60 FPS. If you crank all of your settings down to low, it runs at a smooth 60 FPS. Though that's probably a holdover from my old laptop. A really crappy laptop that ran on Intel graphics. Intel HD 4000 graphics. I was a poor college kid. Anyways, let's move on. Oh god, I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I might just have to start over again. For a game like Dragon's Dogma, I saw it fit to turn on the performance metrics to see just how well the game runs. Aside from some GPU spikes, the system isn't really all that taxed. There's about half utilization of the CPU. Though now that I think about it, the GPU does seem to spike quite a bit. From what I can observe, it happens when a lot of the pop-in happens, which is a lot of the time. So what did we learn today? Well, we learned that some games are just randomly broken for some random reason, like Uniclair. Some games straight up don't load at all, like Yuppie Psycho and Dungeon Fighter Online. Other games just have outdated ranks, like DJ Max Respect V, and other games have no discernible reason as to why they're being marked as unsupported, like Tekken 7 and Dragon's Dogma. And in the case of Tekken 7, the online multiplayer works. There's quite a few people that have posted matches playing on the Steam Deck. My hope is that in the future, Valve will be more transparent about why some games are marked as unsupported, beyond it being an anti-cheat incompatibility, or being a VR game, or the whole boilerplate statement that Valve's working on making this game work better on Steam Deck.